Were you planning to get back together and do a show together, or what happened?
Oh, well.
I mean, I think Anna is one of the world's best actresses. So
Oh, thank
anytime,
you.
I actually thought maybe we would do a Broadway play together at some
Oh, you
point
did. We
because
can
we're
still
both
do it. There's
because we're
still
both
time.
stage actresses.
Hmm.
But I just always knew after the Pitch Perfect and having a blast on 7 years of doing Pitch Perfect
Yeah.
movies, I always knew I wanted to do something else with Anna. And so when this opportunity came up, and we needed like a bride tribe, I guess you'd
Yes.
call a squad,
A
squad
girl
of
squad.
girls. I just knew I wanted to have Anna as part of it.
And then as
Well,
soon as I got sent the script and I saw that she was playing Sam, I was like, I have to play Betsy because I feel like our friendship will just like translate on screen just as the way it does off screen.
Yeah, and you were right. You were right about that. I thought, you
Thank
sure you
you.
don't want to play the bitchy one?
I didn't. I
And
wanted
then
to play
you were-
Betsy. It's something within spoke to my soul.
Yeah.
You know?
have you found that you two have changed much those years, or are you still the same?
Oh yeah,
We've
yeah,
changed
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
I think we've changed a lot. But she's always been like I think I connected with her really one of the best on the first Pitch Perfect. Like we what did we do? We had dinner like
Yeah, the very first night we met in a cappella boot camp on Pitch Perfect 1, we went out to dinner.
Yeah.
And so we must have had some kind of connection or
Yeah.
bond from that very first day, which was awesome.
I've always felt like she was very funny and I've just respected her talent and her comic genius that she is. So
Aw.
definitely. But it's just so
You
nice
didn't
to see
think-
her now. She's married. She has like a family. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
You didn't
Life-
think,
life
though, this is a scene stealer. I got to watch out for her.
Oh, if
Well, okay. So before we met on Pitch Perfect,
Uh-huh.
we actually met once before.
We did.
Where we tested against each other for a television pilot.
Yes.
And it was Anna Camp, me, and a lovely actress called Melissa
Roche.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. She
So-
booked it. We didn't book it.
Yeah. So we both
Was it
loved
Young
that.
Sheldon, or what was the show?
It was to be an
No.
assistant to Deborah Messing's character. And I don't think that the television show ever aired, but I saw her
Yeah.
and as soon as she came in the room, I said, she's going to get it. I
Yeah,
just felt like
Anna
there was something
thought
about
I was
her.
going to get it. And then I thought I'd seen Anna on True Blood, and I was like, she's going to get it. Like, she's a famous actress. Like, she's going to get it.
Nope.
None of us thought Melissa. And then
None of
Melissa
us
got
knew,
it.
and then she got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, now when you see something like this, those big weddings, are you a fan of them, or are you like, oh God, no?
I like weddings. I love going to them. I always end up crying. I like having all of the
Yeah.
free champagne and the food. And I love love and I love celebrating people's love. So I'm always down for a big wedding.
Oh my God, the food at my wedding was insane in Italy. It was so beautiful. But I think maybe because my phone hears me or AI, I don't know what it is, but people's wedding photos now come up on my phone all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so I get a lot of the wedding feeds of people getting married and I'm curious, and I start looking at the photo. I want to see what their wedding was like, what they wore, what their reception was like. I kind of, get into it. I don't think I would have been like that a few years earlier.
Was yours a big wedding? Was it a huge wedding?
No, mine was very small.
So you didn't have like 10 million bridesmaids or anything like that?
We didn't even have a bridal party. It was that small because it was originally just going to be family, and then we only extended it out to a few friends last minute. So we deliberately, because it was destination wedding, so in Sardinia, Italy, which is not the easiest place to get to,
Beautiful,
like
though.
a couple
Wow.
flights for my family from Australia. So we just did it beautifully, and then I have. We also did a ceremony in Sydney, Australia as well, so that my grandma, who's just turned 95 this month, could come. So, yeah, but no, ours was actually quite small, but, oh, God, the food was excellent.
I bet it was delicious.
Yeah.
See, that's it. The food is the key. What are those dresses like? Were they just awful to wear? Were they too big, or were they too hot, or what was it like?
They were horrible in like the 6th week of shooting. When I saw that thing hanging in my trailer, I was like, please don't make me put it on today, please. Because it was so hot and so tight. But we had about a couple of them, because one of them had to be really big so I could run. The other one had to be really tight so I could look pretty walking down the aisle. But it was a lot.
Yeah,
to
we
deal
had
with.
we had about 4 or 5 dresses that we'd rotate.
Yeah.
One, because it was so hot in Savannah, Georgia, where we shot the movie. we would sweat through the dresses.
Yeah.
Like it was that hot, which was very good probably for our skin.
First,
and,
but not for our makeup that was
not for
melting
our makeup.
off
But,
of our faces.
But our costume designer, Sal Perez, also worked with us on Pitch Perfect. And
The best.
and he's really good at doing a few little tricks, putting a little bit of an elastic here because some of my movements were quite explosive, like when I'm swinging a fire hose around.
You don't want to like
something.
rip.
And we had to have things secured so that it wasn't a boobalicious take, too boobalicious.
Yeah.
So Sal was really good at that. But I wore a corset underneath the dress, which was like, it was at times, it would get a bit
painful.
Get a bit much. But I do like the look of it in the movie. Like it's not often you see a girl fighting in a bridesmaid's dress. So
it's badass.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah,
How much action was it for you? Did you do a lot of it? And didn't you get hurt too in the process of that?
Yeah, I got hurt, but on the very last night. So in the very last scene, which ended up being the opening sequence of the movie. I know if it had happened before, it would have been game over.
Right.
But a gun accidentally got smashed across my face, which split my nose open. So I was straight to the hospital.
Awful.
A plastic surgeon had to put my nose back, and it was just like it was really painful. And it was I don't know, I guess I'd been having so much fun the whole shoot. And I thought, oh God, even laughing about, how I didn't have an injury. and then it was just a freak accident at 3 a.m. in the morning on the last day. But I will say, I mean, I had a great stunt double because there were a couple of crazy stunts like jumping through a glass window onto a van, like there were a couple things that obviously I could never do. But the fight choreography, I really enjoyed doing all the fights and learning all that.
And did you get to ride on that thing, or was that like, no?
We really rode on that.
We rode on that a bit on the hovercraft.
Yeah, on the hovercraft. It was attached to like a vehicle, so the vehicle was pulling us. But we definitely rode on it for a while, and it went fast for a couple days. Remember going through the tent?
Oh yeah,
and all of the like candy and chocolate and stuff was being thrown at us. Yeah, that was fun.
What is that home like? Is it just incredible or
beautiful? Oh my God, no, that house was absolutely stunning, and it was like right on the marsh in Savannah, Georgia. So despite being so hot, it was stunning.
They weirdly filmed Forrest Gump there as well.
That scene where he's running through
that's the same place.
That's really cool.
Okay, so what lessons can we learn from this movie about weddings? Are there any? I mean, mine is don't invite Stephen Dorff to anything.
Yeah. He might screw up your wedding.
Yeah.
Right. I think the good takeaway from this movie is that to have supportive bridesmaids and the supportive team, around the bride and just it's really themes about friendship and loyalty in this movie, and I think that's a really nice.
You can't pull off a wedding by yourself. You need a crew of people, and you need your friends around you to support you through everything. And I hope that people see this and they just are inspired and like they want to reach out to their girlfriends and say, "Come on, let's go see Bride Heart together and have a good laugh."
Does the maid of honor though always have to do so much, or was that just?
Always.
You never want that job.
Some people I know don't want to be asked. Some people are like, I don't want the job. Like it's too much pressure. And I understand that. I've never been a maid of honor.
Should you have to buy gifts for everything though too? That's the other thing I would be like.
You don't really have to, but you're normally responsible for doing the bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And for a lot of key things for the wedding. Like you are,
you're responsible
maid of honor
for
is a lot. It is a lot.
That is briding hard, right?
Yeah.
And Rebel, I got to tell you, I think you could be the next ballerina. I think John Wick needs to find a different one because some of those moves you had, ballerina, here we are.
Incredible.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's rare to put. I try to put a bit of comedy into the action as well. But I really enjoyed doing it. I mean, it was great cardio. It was almost like I didn't have to go to the gym that day because I was fighting someone on set.
Yeah.
And free exercise is kind of. Or getting paid to exercise.
Getting paid to exercise and burning calories while you're killing
was
it.
Great, but I really liked all the different fights I got to do in this, and maybe I'll get to do some more. Maybe I can be a funny character in an action franchise. I think
we're doing it. I think it's going to happen. Hey, thank you both. I appreciate it so much, and invite me to the next weddings, okay?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
invited.
available.
Bring a +1. Come on.
Yeah.
I will. And a
Have
good
a drink
gift.
with us.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Or a toaster.
No toasters.
No toaster. Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye.